think, we I didn't think we did a very good job of cutting and spacing tonight, against their extreme, tight shell. Obviously, we didn't shoot the ball well, but we didn't generate enough quality looks either. I thought a lot of them were very contested. And then, we turned them over 20 times. We had 12 points off that. In transition, we just didn't have a quick strike mentality, and we came up empty. I think we got 5 possession stops in a row, and I think 4 of them led to fast breaks, and I think we might have had 2 points out of those 4 possessions at one point in the third quarter. We did a good job of continuing to try to fight back in the game, but we waited too long to do that too.
I'd say that helps fight back the best way possible is, and 11 points in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And at least an offense off the bench, just how helpful were they in at least making an attempt to get something going?
No, I mean, that unit was great. They looked good in their zone, and they got out and they moved the ball. We had great spacing. We were able to get to the rim. Nas was really, really good. We just didn't. We just couldn't. When we went, maybe should have stuck with that lineup a little bit longer. And we went back, and we just, really kind of went flat again. So.
John, go ahead.
Chris, what kind of a decision is that in terms of, you want to go back to Rudy and Cat, obviously. I mean, they're the bread and butter of what you're going, but then you also do have a unit there that is clicking. How do you try to make that decision?
Yeah, I also thought that unit had expended a lot of energy at that point in time. We were going to probably make some subs there. Maybe could have done one at a time, but I mean, that's like, if I had to do it over again, I maybe would have staggered those guys in a little bit, but yeah.
I mean, are you concerned right now at this point, Chris, with just the inability to get down the flow going with that first unit, or how do you feel about that?
I think the first unit has the ability to establish a flow. What they haven't is the ability to maintain the flow. I think they're not recognizing what the game needs. This game we talked about cutting a lot more, being a lot more active off the ball. So yeah, we got to learn and do what the game requires rather than what we want to do individually, and how we want to try to play our game or get ourselves going. So.
And then in terms of defensively, with the looks that McDermott was getting, were those breakdowns, or was it just kind of good offensive tension Tony was running? What did you see there?
I think we were just helping off way too much at times. Losing them, helping off of them, in situations when we didn't really need to, particularly when we had Rudy on the floor behind us. So.
Jace, go ahead.
Hey Chris, with the Cat Rudy pairing, we've seen some synergy with them on the offensive end, but in general, are you getting the advantages that you were hoping to getting with that pairing often enough?
I think so. I think we're getting this. We all said it's going to be a work in progress, and that's what it is. So I see good things. I see opportunities to keep growing, learning, figuring stuff out. Offensively and defensively. So.
What do you think is the biggest thing that can be figured out offensively, specifically when those guys are on the floor right now?
Well, right now, with Rudy on the floor and pick and roll, we run a ton of it, maybe too much, and where teams are in a drop coverage, and it's got us bottled up a little bit. I'd like to just see more ball movement and less pick and roll at times, and opportunity to find other guys and other options in the flow of what we can do.
Dane, go ahead.
Chris, no J-Mac tonight. Where did you feel that you missed him in the second unit, and what made it a Bryn Forbes game? He seemed to be one who really benefited or got more of those minutes tonight.
Well, what did we miss? We miss what J-Mac always brings, which is the spark and kind of a catalyst for our offense with that second unit. His competitiveness, and he wins a lot of 50-50 balls and all the things that we were getting beat at times out there. Bryn, I thought we need somebody who could maybe step up, make a shot, create some space out there.
And then just defensively in general, it seems like there's been a lot of zone and switching that you talked about wanting to go to. How would you assess those? And do you think is it at a volume that you're switching and playing zone? Is that at the level you kind of want to stay at, or do you think that will peel back over the course of the game?
Right now, we're doing what I think what the game needs. You know, we wanted to play zone. They're not a, you know, so they have certain lineups where they don't give you a lot of shooting, kind of slow down their offense a little bit. You know, same with the switching. But we don't bring enough physicality to the defensive end of the floor right now.